Niver. This is my husband, George Reina. I'm finally the tallest. I do teach school, and I am usually, well, not with the sixth graders, I'm not the tallest, but you're a very tall crowd, so welcome. We're so glad that you're here. So George and I went away for a year. We were gone, actually 11 months. We went mainly from Indonesia to Mongolia. And George and I met on the internet, and after we'd been together for a while, we went to Fiji, and under the moonlight, George asked me, will you come with me on my life dream to travel for a year? So I said yes, and then we came home and I said, oh my God, I can't quit my job and give up my condo, and what will we do for work? And so George was very patient with me, and we figured out how to get the money to go, rent our condo for a year, which if you think about it, it's pretty fantastic that someone else pays your mortgage. And we found a home for Bob Dylan. That's our cat, not our child. And we worked through all the different issues. How could we possibly go away for so long? When we came back, George had a leave of absence, so it was easy for him to go back to the same job. I did actually interview for my job from the town of Vang Bien, Laos. So if you've ever heard of Vang Bien, Laos, you might know about Laos, that it's famous for river rafting, and that people go on the rafts all day long and they drink wine, they don't drink wine, they drink beer. They drink beer, they drink whiskey, they do opium, they do mushrooms, and then they get in the water. So I had my interview because of the time difference, 11 o'clock at night in Laos, and everybody around me is partying and let's go out. And I was like, no, I have an interview. Like, for what? I'm a school teacher. So it can be done. You can be on the other side of the world and Skype and figure things out and deal with all of your responsibilities and go away and come back. So I am still working at that job. We do have another person, Sarah, over here, is very recently back from a year away and full of good advice. We have an amazing group here. We're so fortunate that, with the internet, we meet up and meet Plan Go and so many ways to connect. So when we did come back, we discovered Briefcase to Backpack and Meet Plan Go. So Meet Plan Go is an association of travelers who literally meet, plan, and go. So one of the best things about Meet Plan Go is they actually have a course for how to go on a career break. And for me personally, it would have been fantastic. I've read through the whole course, and it would have saved George a lot of long, troubling conversations. Could you go reread this section on how you're going to get a job while you're away? And there's also a whole community where you can find other travelers who will say, we're leaving in 6 months, or we've been back for 6 months, because when we were contemplating going, I just couldn't imagine how was I going to get another job. And, some people, we're going away a week from tomorrow, we'll be gone for 6 weeks, so now we're renting our place out for the 3rd time. Now it's very easy. Like, we already built the storage cabinet, we already know what to do. This time we got really smart, we rented our condo with the cat. It's amazing, people actually want to live in your house and care for your pets. Isn't that shocking? I mean, sometimes I don't even want to do it. They're like, sure. It's company, yes. The man that's coming, he's away from his family, away from his cats, and he's happy to be with Bob Dylan. And so that's how we found Meet Plan Go. I think the course has potential, but I think the community of travelers and being able to ask people and find people. So we are going to host an event in October here in Los Angeles. There'll be events in 17 cities in the United States. Last year there were events in 13 cities, and Los Angeles wasn't one of them. So this will be the first year for LA, October 18th. And who knows, next year, Elaine might host for San Diego. She came all the way from San Diego. Dave even flew in from San Francisco. So you have some people, really good connectors. And there's so many, I hope everyone takes the opportunity, so many people that have traveled so many different places or are ready to travel. Trish and I actually used to work together on cruise ships. She has an amazing travel company. So that's if you want to travel here in LA. Amy also has a company here in LA, Visit LA for Locals, because you don't actually have to leave to travel. I mean, just being here, this is, all right, it's a lot of traffic, you can see, but if you ignore that, it's pretty. Like, just look further. And there are so many good resources. So we do have a Facebook page. I think some of you found us on Facebook. Some of you found us on Meetup or on Meet Plan Go. But I think the best thing is to be able to find other travelers. Christy and Tony have a fantastic travel agency that I work with, that if you have specific questions about a place or how to do it, that I think someone else asked me about, they would like to go to Tibet in September. September in Tibet. Sherry's ready to gather up some travelers and go. And you guys want to go away for 3 years, right? Ish. They're getting ready to go away for 3 years. So we have a wide range of, I'd like to get to Santa Barbara sometime. It's a big range, but everyone has a dream. So some people want to go to Santa Barbara, some people want to go further. So I don't know if anyone else has something particular they'd like to share about where they're going, or they're looking for someone to travel with, or you can take questions. You can make George talk. You can talk, George? George will talk if you have a question.
Well, the event in October, is it a social like this, or is it more of an, what is the event in October?
It's going to be a little bit more of a panel involved, speakers. I think, I believe there's going to be at least one of these. So we have different people.
George, I can't see you and I can't hear you.
Come on up on the stage. Come on up, George.
I'd love to read your lips.
That's going to be a big trip when you knock me over. Here, take a picture of George knocking me over.
Okay.
Hi. So, the event in October, like George said, is going to be a panel. Lisa Napoli is going to be speaking. She is recently back from Bhutan, and her new book is on Seth Godin's summer reading list, which is amazing for her. Her book's called Radio Shangri-La. She just had the governor of, I don't know exactly how to say it, but I think it's Mungar of Bhutan. They're trying to start a library in Mungar, Bhutan. And so Lisa will be speaking. She's been several times to Bhutan and is very involved in helping other people go to Bhutan. Who else is speaking? Lisa? Isn't that weird? It just totally went out of my head. And several other very fascinating speakers who love to talk about travel. And maybe I will remember.
Maybe some wine tasting.
Oh yeah, Dave has a winery, might have some wine tasting. He just is back from where he brought his wine to China.
Wow.
So there's a big market for great Napa and Sonoma wine in China, because the wine there, how was it?
Chinese wine is, well, it depends what you're having, but some of it's rather insipid.
The wine in China is insipid. Room for improvement. I like that. And Nick has a great site called My Video Visa. George and I put up a bunch of our Taiwan videos on My Video Visa. You can seek a reply if there's a question you have or a part of the world you want to know what it's like. On Nick's site you can see the videos, and it's very interesting. You can say, I wonder what it would be like if I was in Bhutan. Yeah, maybe Lisa has some video for you. Who knows? Yes, Elaine.
Wellness with drive time and fly time.
Yes, Elaine has something very interesting, drive time and fly time yoga. She actually did a class on a plane on the way to Australia, on the way to Fiji, flying yoga for wellness. So Elaine might come back from San Diego around the holidays and do a class for traveling wellness. Yes.
In addition to that, I have a website called Boomer Broads Abroad, and I promote medical tourism in Thailand. I just sent out a newsletter about going to Thailand and Bali next June and July.
June and July in Bali.
2012. Bangkok and Bali.
And tell me your name one more time.
Christina Price.
Christina has a website, and she's working on medical tourism in Thailand. Is that correct? And they're doing a trip to Thailand and Bali next July.
Next summer.
Next summer, summer 2012. So there are probably a lot of people interested in, I know Thailand is a big interest on this side of the room. So thank you. Anybody else? Did I miss anybody? That's a great site. Let's talk about science, Jen. Yes, I'll let you choose.
If anybody knows about rental apartments in Buenos Aires.
Okay, anybody knows about renting an apartment in Buenos Aires?
Yes, VRBO.com.
Wow, a lot of you know about that. I'm coming over.
VRBO.
VRBO. Yeah, they have another one.
BA Lofts.
What?
BA Lofts.
BA Lofts? Oh, it sounds like you've done that.
Yes.
Michael, did you rent a place in Argentina? Come meet Sherry. She needs to talk to you. See, if you ask, my dad always says if you don't ask, you don't get. But he told me I turned it into an art form. Right, Tony?
If anyone wants to know anything about Nepal, I live there 4 months a year.
In Nepal?
Yes.
I want to talk to you. Because George and I, it wasn't enough to go away for 1 year. I know I said wasn't sure I wanted to go, but by the time we came home, it wasn't long enough, so we were trying to decide. We think we're going to go away another year and we will go to India and Nepal. So George did trek there before, but
Nepal is paradise.
Nepal is paradise.
I want to take you.
So much easier. Well, that's okay. You're going to go slowly, but you need time to travel there. The people are nice and the food is good. The more we do ask. $7 a night, wonderful hotel room. I don't eat like that. I don't
We're
like
talking
rice.
about Nepal.
I don't like rice. My friend Rochelle, she said she doesn't like rice.
Maybe April, remind me, you have a very big website also. I'm trying to think the name of yours. Absolute Travel Addict. Absolute Travel Addict. That's April's site. So if you also feel like you're a travel addict, you might check out April's blog.
Is that the name of the travel addict?
Oh, and she's handing out business cards. Fantastic.
Are you travel addict?
She's a travel addict. And there's Krista.
So it's absolutely...
Krista and I worked on cruise ships also, but not the same one as Trish. Big travel. So, any other news items?
I was wondering, there was someone who contacted me, and I wonder
Oh, someone contacted you about what?
about Bali, and it was someone in this group just when we signed up, and she bicycled through France, and I don't remember her name, and I'd love to connect with her.
Did anyone write to Christina that they bicycled through France?
I guess she didn't
Maybe
make
she's
it.
not here yet. George thinks it might be him. Yes.
I have a question about work visas. I plan on going to Japan, so I'm just going to share or ask.
Getting a work visa in Japan and you hold an American passport? Anybody know about working in Japan?
I know a lot about Japan, but not about getting work visa.
But do you know people that are in Japan that you can talk to?
Yes.
So if you talk to Keith, he knows people that are in Japan. Maybe he can
I
find
lived
some
there for
art.
4 years.
Well, did you know that she's
A journalist.
You know, you see somebody's picture on the website.
All right, well, thank you so much for coming. Come up and say hi.